Around your 40s, the body quietly starts losing bone and slipping into low magnesium. And that slow slide shows up as aching joints, stubborn fatigue, restless nights, and higher fracture risk. Watch this, because one everyday leaf, spinach, packs the nutrients that help rebuild bone structure and refill magnesium stores without fancy supplements. Here's the problem. Declining bone density plus suboptimal magnesium make muscles tense, sleep worse, and bones more brittle. The solution: a simple daily serving of spinach delivers magnesium, vitamin K, calcium-supporting compounds, and antioxidants that support bone remodeling and muscle relaxation. Quick science: magnesium is a foundational mineral for bone matrix and healthy muscle function. Vitamin K helps shuttle calcium into bone. Spinach also supplies plant nutrients that calm inflammation. Practical tip: lightly cooking spinach lowers oxalates, and pairing it with a bit of healthy fat, olive oil, avocado, boosts nutrient absorption. If you're on blood thinners, check with your doctor first because of vitamin K. Make it part of your routine. Toss a handful into morning smoothies, fold it into scrambled eggs, blitz it into a quick pesto, or stir a cup into soups and stews. Aim for a daily portion. Think a generous cup raw or half a cup cooked, and keep it varied so it's sustainable. Stay for the next segment, where first we'll show the exact serving sizes, 3 60-second recipes, and a 30-day plan to rebuild bone and fix magnesium without turning your life upside down. Try one recipe tomorrow and see how easy it is. Magnesium for muscle relaxation. Muscle tension and cramps are often the first signs that something in your mineral balance is off, and magnesium sits at the center of that balance. It's not merely another nutrient. Magnesium is required for ADP to function, and ADP is what muscles use to power both contraction and relaxation. Without enough magnesium, calcium floods into muscle cells unchecked, prolonging contraction and causing spasms, twitching, and that stubborn stiffness that won't quit. Adding magnesium back into the picture can change the whole experience of tight, irritated muscles. Leafy green vegetables, spinach in particular, are a practical, food-first way to boost magnesium intake. Cooking spinach reduces certain compounds that bind minerals, improving how much magnesium your body can access. Nuts, seeds, legumes, and whole grains complement greens if you want to build a magnesium-rich plate without immediately reaching for a pill. When supplements are considered, not all forms behave the same. Magnesium glycinate is favored for calming muscles and promoting sleep because it's well absorbed and gentle on the gut. Magnesium citrate is effective too, but it may cause loose stools for some people, which can be counterproductive. Topical magnesium sprays and lotions are used by many to target sore calves or tense shoulders. Scientific support is limited, but anecdotal relief is common, and they can be worth trying alongside dietary measures. Bring magnesium into daily life with small, concrete choices. Stir cooked spinach into scrambled eggs, blend it into a recovery smoothie with banana and yogurt after a workout, or toss it lightly sautéed onto a grain bowl. Simple swaps add up. If nighttime cramps are the problem, try a magnesium-rich snack or a targeted supplement in the evening and track changes for a couple of weeks. And if symptoms persist, or if you have kidney issues, check with a healthcare provider before supplementing. They can help interpret tests and recommend safe doses. Start by making spinach a routine part of meals and see how your muscles respond. If relief is partial, consider a well-absorbed supplement form under medical guidance. Small, consistent steps often yield the most reliable improvements in muscle relaxation and everyday comfort. Vitamin K and bone density. Low dietary vitamin K intake is a clear, modifiable factor that affects bone quality as people pass through midlife. Deficiencies in vitamin K lead to inadequate carboxylation of key bone proteins, most importantly osteocalcin, which reduces their ability to bind calcium and incorporate it into the mineral matrix. This biochemical shortfall shows up clinically as higher levels of undercarboxylated osteocalcin, UCOC, a biomarker linked in observational studies to lower bone mineral density and increased fracture risk in older adults. Addressing that gap is straightforward in concept. Supply the cofactor the carboxylase enzyme needs. Vitamin K exists mainly as phylloquinone, K1, in leafy greens and as menaquinones, K2 variants such as MK4 and MK7, in animal and fermented foods. Both forms participate in the gamma carboxylation reaction that activates osteocalcin and matrix GLA protein. When these proteins are fully carboxylate, they help lodge calcium into hydroxyapatite crystals and inhibit calcium deposition where it doesn't belong, like in arteries. In short, vitamin K helps direct calcium to bone and away from soft tissues. The details matter. Phylloquinone is abundant in greens like kale and spinach, while MK7, common in fermented soy, natto, and some cheeses, has a longer circulating half-life and appears effective at improving carboxylation status. MK4, found in meat and eggs, is another active form used in some clinical contexts. Vitamin K is fat-soluble, so absorption improves when it's eaten with dietary fat. It is reasonably heat-stable, so cooked greens still contribute meaningful K1. Several clinical trials and cohort studies have shown that higher vitamin K intake or K2 supplementation improves markers of bone turnover and, in some groups, associates with fewer fractures. Evidence is strongest for K2's role in modifying bone-related biomarkers, though outcomes differ by population and study design. Putting this into practice is practical and safe for most people. Include a variety of vitamin K sources, regular portions of green vegetables, fermented foods when culturally appropriate, and modest amounts of animal sources if desired. Combine these with adequate calcium and vitamin D. K works synergistically with the minerals and hormones that regulate bone remodeling. Those on anticoagulant therapy, such as warfarin, must proceed differently. Vitamin K alters INR and clotting, so maintain consistent intake and coordinate any dietary or supplement changes with a clinician. If you are concerned about bone health, ask about testing for undercarboxylated osteocalcin or consulting a specialist to tailor a plan. Take the next step. Review your diet for regular sources of vitamin K. Add a fat source to meals with greens to boost absorption, and discuss targeted K2 supplementation or testing with your healthcare provider if you have risk factors for bone loss or take blood thinners. Small, consistent adjustments can improve protein carboxylation, help calcium do its job, and support stronger bones as you age. Iron for sustained energy levels. Persistent tiredness, midday slumps, and that sluggish feeling after a short walk are often signs of low iron, and many people over 40 dismiss them as just aging. Plant-based sources matter because they provide non-heme iron, which the body uses differently than the iron found in meat. Spinach is one of the reliable leafy choices. It supplies iron alongside vitamin K, folate, and other cofactors that support energy metabolism. But there's a catch. Non-heme iron in spinach is less readily absorbed than heme iron from animal foods, and compounds like oxalates and phytates in the leaves can bind iron and slow its uptake. Cooking changes the chemistry. Heat breaks down some of those inhibitors, so sautéed or lightly steamed spinach often delivers more usable iron per bite than the same volume eaten raw. Acid helps too. A squeeze of lemon doesn't just brighten flavor. It converts iron into a form your gut can grab more easily. Simple meal rules make a big difference. Pair spinach with vitamin C-rich foods, oranges, strawberries, bell peppers, or a splash of lemon in a dressing to significantly boost iron absorption. Avoid drinking coffee or strong tea immediately with iron-rich meals, since tannins blunt uptake. If you eat mostly plant-based, including a modest portion of meat, poultry, or fish in one meal each day can introduce the meat factor that enhances absorption of non-heme iron from accompanying greens. Examples that work: a breakfast smoothie blending a handful of spinach with orange segments, a lunchtime spinach salad tossed with sliced red pepper and citrus vinaigrette, or sautéed spinach finished with chopped tomato and lemon alongside grilled chicken. Make it practical. Add a handful of fresh leaves to morning oats or a smoothie. Toss warm spinach into pastas or grain bowls at lunch. Serve a simple garlic lemon sauté as a dinner side. If you're taking calcium supplements or a multivitamin, don't take them with your iron-rich meal. Space them apart. Be mindful if you have a history of kidney stones. Spinach is high in oxalates, so moderation and cooking can reduce risk for susceptible people. And if fatigue persists despite dietary tweaks, ask your clinician for a blood test to check iron status before you assume diet alone is the answer. Try this small experiment. Include spinach with one meal every day for a few weeks, pairing it with a vitamin C source and avoiding tea or coffee with that meal. Track your energy, note any changes in recovery after activity, and bring your observations to your next health check. Small habits add up. A daily leaf can be a steady step towards steadier energy. Antioxidants for cellular repair. Oxidative stress from everyday metabolism and environmental exposures damages lipids, proteins, and DNA inside cells, and that damage accumulates over time. Cells are constantly exposed to reactive oxygen species, ROS, produced by mitochondria during energy production. When antioxidant defenses are overwhelmed, membranes undergo lipid peroxidation and DNA bases can be oxidized, creating lesions that slow repair processes. This is not abstract. Oxidative damage impairs mitochondrial ADP output and can trigger inflammation, which further stresses tissues and disrupts normal cellular maintenance. Leafy greens like spinach supply a concentrated mix of compounds that neutralize ROS and support the cell's own repair systems. Spinach contains vitamin C, which directly scavenges free radicals and helps regenerate oxidized vitamin E. It also provides vitamin E-like tocopherols and carotenoids such as beta-carotene, lutein, and zeaxanthin. These fat-soluble antioxidants protect cell membranes and mitochondria from lipid peroxidation. Intracellular glutathione, present in spinach and synthesized in the body, is a key tripeptide antioxidant that detoxifies peroxides and maintains redox balance, essential for correcting oxidative lesions that interfere with DNA repair enzymes. Mechanisms matter, and spinach's antioxidant mix works in complementary ways. Water-soluble antioxidants intercept radicals in the cytosol and bloodstream, while fat-soluble pigments defend membranes and organelles. Vitamin C can reduce oxidized forms of vitamin E back to their active state, creating a recycling loop that extends protection. Meanwhile, flavonoids found in spinach, such as kaempferol and apigenin, exert both direct antioxidant effects and modulatory actions on signaling pathways that upregulate endogenous antioxidant enzymes. Example: a lightly cooked sauté releases more carotenoids for absorption, and pairing that sauté with a splash of olive oil enhances uptake of lutein and beta-carotene, so those antioxidants can reach and fortify mitochondrial membranes. Practical integration keeps the protective chemistry working in real meals. Steaming or quick sautéing preserves vitamin C better than long boiling, yet brief cooking increases carotenoid bioavailability. Raw spinach in smoothies retains water-soluble antioxidants, but blending helps free bound phytonutrients. Combine spinach with a bit of healthy fat, olive oil, avocado, or nuts to boost absorption of fat-soluble antioxidants. For people concerned about magnesium status, spinach contributes magnesium that supports many DNA repair enzymes, which require Mg2+ as a cofactor. Pairing it with other magnesium-rich foods like almonds or legumes can be sensible, and consulting a clinician is recommended if deficiency is suspected. Start small and consistent. Add a handful of raw leaves to your morning smoothie. Toss a cup into an omelet, or wilt spinach briefly with garlic and olive oil as a side. Try alternating raw salads with light sautés to capture both heat-sensitive and heat-released antioxidants. Small changes like these increase the steady supply of protective compounds that help cells neutralize damage and maintain more efficient repair. So make spinach a practical part of meals this week and notice how simple dietary tweaks support cellular resilience. Digestive benefits of spinach fiber. Spinach delivers a practical mix of soluble and insoluble fiber that directly addresses common digestive complaints. Many people experience slower bowel transit, occasional constipation, or irregularity as they age. Fiber from leafy greens like spinach helps by increasing stool bulk and promoting regular movement without harsh stimulants. Short and simple, it works with your body, not against it. When spinach's insoluble fibers pass through the gut, they add bulk and encourage peristalsis, which helps prevent constipation and reduces strain during bowel movements. At the same time, The soluble fibers in spinach absorb water and form a gentle gel, slowing digestion enough to stabilize nutrient absorption and temper spikes in blood sugar. Fermentation of these fibers by gut bacteria produces short-chain fatty acids, molecules that feed colon cells and support a healthy gut lining. This combination lowers transit time for some people and nourishes the microbiome for long-term resilience. Texture and preparation matter for digestibility. Cooking softens the cell walls and breaks down fiber structures, so steamed or sautéed spinach is often easier on sensitive stomachs than large amounts of raw leaves. Blending spinach into smoothies keeps the fiber intact while making it easier to chew and swallow, which can reduce bloating for those with weak chewing or slow gastric emptying. Small, practical changes, like starting with a half cup of cooked spinach or a handful of raw greens in a smoothie, can let the gut adapt gradually and minimize gas or discomfort. Put it into daily life in simple ways. Add sautéed spinach to eggs for breakfast. Toss a generous handful into a mid-morning smoothie. Stir it into soups and stews, or mix it with beans and whole grains at dinner. Pairing spinach with a source of healthy fat, such as olive oil, improves nutrient absorption and improves texture, making meals more satisfying and gentler on digestion. Try adding a cup of cooked spinach or a generous handful of raw leaves to one meal a day for 2 weeks and note changes in stool consistency, frequency, and bloating. If persistent digestive symptoms or unusual pain occur, consult a healthcare provider to rule out underlying conditions. Simple ways to eat spinach daily. Many adults skip leafy greens most days, even though spinach packs magnesium, vitamin K, folate, and iron in a compact, easy-to-use leaf. It's quick to add. Start simple, and you'll build momentum. Keep washed spinach visible in the fridge so you choose it without thinking. Toss a generous handful into morning smoothies with banana and citrus to boost iron absorption and mask the green taste. Stir spinach into scrambled eggs or fold it into omelets right at the end of cooking. The heat wilts the leaves and concentrates flavor. For a nearly instant lunch, layer raw spinach inside sandwiches or wraps in place of lettuce. It holds up better and adds nutrients without changing the meal much. Cooked spinach works differently than raw, and that opens options. Sauté with garlic and olive oil. Finish with a splash of lemon or a grate of Parmesan for a quick side dish. Add chopped spinach to soups, stews, or curries in the last few minutes so it wilts without collapsing. Puree cooked spinach into sauces and pestos to hide texture while increasing nutrient density. You can also fold squeezed, cooked spinach into lasagna or stuffed pasta fillings for an easy vegetable boost. Prep tricks make daily use realistic. Buy pre-washed baby spinach for salads, or choose whole leaves if you prefer to wash and dry at home. Baby leaves are milder, while mature leaves stand up to heat better. Massage raw spinach with a little oil and acid to soften and reduce volume for hearty salads. Batch cook and freeze portions of sautéed spinach in flat bags or molds so you can drop them into dishes later. Pair spinach with vitamin C, rich foods, citrus, bell pepper, strawberries to enhance iron uptake and include a protein source to make meals satisfying. Make it habitual by integrating spinach into routines rather than forcing new recipes. Add a handful to your go-to smoothie. Fold leaves into your favorite sandwich, and choose one cooked spinach side to rotate through dinners each week. Try one swap today. Add spinach to one meal and notice how easily it fits. Share a favorite combination or try a new preparation every few days and commit to a week of small changes. You'll be surprised how effortless daily spinach can become. If you're over 40 and worried about thinning bones, low energy, or nagging muscle cramps, here's the simple truth. A small, daily habit can help. Summary: spinach is a magnesium-rich, vitamin K and calcium-supporting leafy green that helps rebuild bone tissue, correct magnesium shortfalls, support muscle and nerve function, and improve circulation, all things that matter more as we age. You've seen the problem: age-related bone loss and hidden magnesium deficiency, and the solution: make spinach an everyday habit. The details matter. Magnesium aids bone mineralization and relaxes muscles. Vitamin K helps lock calcium into bone. Nitrates and antioxidants boost blood flow and reduce inflammation. Frozen or fresh, raw in smoothies, wilted into eggs, tossed in salads, or quickly sautéed with olive oil and lemon for better nutrient uptake. Even a handful to a cup a day can move the needle. Start small. Add spinach to breakfast smoothies, evening sautés, or swap it into recipes you already love. If you take blood thinners or have kidney stone issues, check with your doctor first. Try this for 30 days and note changes in energy, cramps, and recovery. If this helped, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment with how you'll add spinach to your day. Next time, First will share 5 easy spinach recipes, a magnesium-rich shopping list, and a bone-strengthening weekly plan to keep you strong after 40.